A decade is a long time. 10 years of cinema, 10 years of brand new movies getting ready to hit our big screens. So what exactly is coming our way? From new movies, sequels, and remakes, today on Top 10 Beyond the Screen I'm going to be counting down our list of the top 10 movies coming out this decade. Before we begin though, be sure to stick around until the end of the video where I'll be responding to some of your comments. And with that, let's jump in. Coming in at 10, The Passion of the Christ Resurrection. Now I can't quite believe I'm saying this, but there is currently a Passion of the Christ sequel in the works. For those who don't know, The Passion of the Christ was released back in 2004 and was directed by Mel Gibson. It depicts the final 12 hours in the life of Jesus of Nazareth on the day of his crucifixion in Jerusalem. Now there is quite literally no information about the sequel, but it is once again directed by Mel Gibson with much of the same cast. As of right now, it's set to be released in 2021. I can only assume it's about his resurrection. Just a shot in the dark. Coming in at 9, Avatar 2. Avatar 2 is an upcoming epic science fiction film directed by James Cameron and is the second film in the Avatar franchise, following Avatar, which was released in 2009. The film takes place 12 years after Jake Sully explored Pandora and joined the Na'vi. He has now formed a family with Neytiri as they are wandering across the expansive world of Pandora, meeting new allies in the form of the Metkayina freediving clan led by Tonowari. Everything changes though when the RDA once again invade Pandora to finish what they started. Essentially, it's the same plot as the first movie. As you can tell, I'm not an Avatar fan. The film is set to be released on December 17th, 2021. Honestly, I'd be happy if it just never came out. Coming in at 8, Chaos Walking. Chaos Walking is an upcoming science fiction film based on Patrick Ness's 2008 novel, The Knife of Never Letting Go, the first part of the Chaos Walking trilogy. It is directed by Doug Liman and stars Tom Holland, Daisy Ridley and Mads Mikkelsen, an absolutely incredible cast. The film takes place in the near future. Todd Hewitt has been brought up to believe that a pathogen has killed all women in a colony world and unleashed noise, the special ability to hear people's and animals' minds. Later he comes upon a patch of silence and soon discovers the source of the silence, a mysterious girl named Viola Eade, the first he has ever met. On the run they learn more about the true history of the New World. The film has no release date like a lot of our list, but it is set to be released sometime this year. We shall see though. I bet it gets pushed back. Coming in at 7, Birds of Prey and the Fantabulous Emancipation of One Harley Quinn. Birds of Prey is an upcoming superhero film based on the DC Comics team Birds of Prey, starring Margot Robbie, Mary Elizabeth Winstead, and Ewan McGregor. The movie takes place after the events of Suicide Squad, with Harley Quinn having left the Joker. When Roman Sionis, a narcissistic crime lord known as Black Mask, places a hit on a young girl named Cassandra Cain, Gotham City turns upside down looking for her. Harley joins forces with Black Canary, Helena Bertinelli, and Renee Montoya to protect the girl and take Sionis down. The movie is currently set to be released on February 7th of this year, and I'm very excited. I'm apparently the only one. Coming in at 6, The Conjuring, The Devil Made Me Do It. Set to be released on September 11th, 2020, The Conjuring, The Devil Made Me Do It is the third installment in the Conjuring franchise. According to Warner Bros. Pictures and New Line Cinema, the plot is as follows. The Devil Made Me Do It reveals a chilling story of terror, murder, and unknown evil that shocked even experienced real-life paranormal investigators Ed and Lorraine Warren. One of the most sensational cases from their files, it starts with a fight for the soul of a young boy, then takes them beyond anything they'd ever seen before to mark the first time in US history that a murder suspect would claim demonic possession. The movie stars, once again, Vera Farmiga, Patrick Wilson, Julian Hilliard, and countless others. Coming in at 5, The Little Mermaid. The Little Mermaid is an upcoming remake of the 1989 film of the same name. It is computer generated and live action, starring Awkwafina, Jacob Tremblay, Melissa McCarthy, Javier Bardem, and Halle Bailey as Ariel. There is little known about the movie, but we do know it is set to be released sometime between now and 2021. Concerning the plot, just watch the 1989 version and then you'll know what this film's going to be about. Ariel, a prince, her wanting to be human with legs. Being humans overrated. Coming in at 4, Wonder Woman 1984. Wonder Woman 1984 is an upcoming DC superhero film and is a sequel to 2017's Wonder Woman. It is also the 9th installment in the DC Extended Universe. The plot is short but sweet. In 1984, Diana Prince comes into conflict with two formidable foes, Maxwell Lord and the Cheetah, while reuniting with her past love Steve Trevor. As of right now, the movie is scheduled to be released on June 5th of this year. It was previously set for November 1st, 2019 before being moved to December 13th, 2019, and then eventually settling on its mid-2020 release. Coming in at 3, Find Me. Find Me is an upcoming sequel to the 2017 film Call Me By Your Name, which stars Timothée Chalamet, Armie Hammer, Michael Stuhlbarg, and Amira Cesar. The plot is unknown, however all we have to do is take a look at the novel of the same name written by Andre Ackerman. The book is in 4 movements: tempo, cadenza, capriccio, and da capo. Tempo is narrated by Samuel, Elio Perlman's father, 10 years after the summer recounted in Call Me By Your Name. Cadenza is narrated by Elio, now an accomplished pianist. Capriccio is narrated by Oliver, 20 years after the summer in Call Me By Your Name, and Da Capo is narrated by Elio, with the conclusion taking place not long after the events of Capriccio. Now, although we're not entirely sure if this is what will go down in the movie, I'm certainly hoping so. Coming in at 2, Guardians of the Galaxy Volume 3. Guardians of the Galaxy Volume 3 is an upcoming superhero film based on the Marvel comics of the same name, and is a direct sequel to Guardians of the Galaxy and Guardians of the Galaxy 2, also Avengers Endgame. The film has reclaimed its director James Gunn as well as its cast: Chris Pratt, Zoe Saldana, Dave Bautista, Bradley Cooper, Vin Diesel, Karen Gillan, and Sean Gunn. In April 2017, Gunn announced that he would return to write and direct the 3rd installment, saying that the film would conclude the story of the iteration of the Guardians of the Galaxy and help catapult both old and new Marvel characters into the next 10 years and beyond, meaning this may very well be the last time we see our favourite Guardians, which is very sad. However, the plot is unknown. I'm still incredibly excited to see this movie. Marvel rarely lets us down, unless of course we're talking about Thor: The Dark World, which we don't talk about. And finally, coming in at number 1, A Quiet Place Part 2 is an upcoming horror film and sequel to A Quiet Place, which was released back in 2018. The sequel, written and directed by John Krasinski, stars Emily Blunt, Millicent Simmons, Noah Jupe, and Cillian Murphy. To quote the Paramount Pictures synopsis, following the deadly events at home, the Abbott family must now face the terrors of the outside world as they continue their fight for survival in silence. Forced to venture into the unknown, they quickly realize that the creatures that hunt them by sound are not the only threat that lurk beyond the sandpath. The first movie was made on a budget of $17 million and grossed $50.2 million on opening weekend. Not too shabby for a directorial debut. A 30-second teaser for the movie previewed recently, with a full trailer being released on January 1st of this year. I for one cannot wait for part 2. Well, there we have it. You guys agree with our list? Were there any upcoming movies that we missed? Leave us all your thoughts and feelings in the comments down below and perhaps we can do a part 2. Before I go though, I just want to respond to a few comments from one of our last videos. Top 10 worst movies of the decade. Totally Bookish Edit said, somehow Vampire Suck is actually better than Twilight. I like the joke, but it's just not true. Vampire Suck was atrocious. At least I could probably sit through Twilight. With a drink. Not So Serious with Jen said, I'm so happy I didn't see any of these movies. You are very lucky. Blessed. You're living a blessed life. Jimmy Evans said, this YouTube channel might actually be good, but just needs a new host. She's the worst host I've ever seen in my life. Good. I aim to disappoint every day. Deal with me. DJ Reg said, I like Lucy making snide comments like this film killed me. Find it funny and her comedic timing is spot on. See, someone likes me. I do it for you, DJ. And on that note, if you haven't already, be sure to give this video a big thumbs up, subscribe, and turn on notifications so you never miss another Beyond the Screen vid. And until next time, see you later.